My name is Brandon Stuman, and I'm submitting this video as a requirement for my job application for Red Oak ISD. Today I will be breaking down a TEK and showing how I make it into a lesson plan. To start my process of making a lesson plan, the first thing I'm going to look at is my TEK. The TEK I decided to choose was 9B, which is geography, and student expectations are to compare places and regions of Texas in terms of physical and human characteristics. And so this is one of the first TEKs we have in Texas history, and one of the first things we're supposed to talk about is the 4 regions. So we have a template that we make our lesson plans in, and so as I click on that, we start off by making an essential question for the day that the students will have to answer or will know the answer to by the end of class. So my essential question is, what are the 4 regions of Texas and what are their human and physical characteristics? And so after that, we're going to start with the warm-up. That's probably 5 to 7 minutes. The warm-up I decided to do was to review terms related to regions. I'm going to review the terms, show definitions, and a visual image of each term so they can see a visual of what the term is. Activities we're going to do is making a 4 regions foldable, 4-tab foldable, which will list characteristics of each region. And some of the vocab words that we're going to discuss are region, physical characteristics, human characteristics, climate, landforms, and vegetation. Students' practice will be notes and a foldable. The only grading that would occur would be the grading over the 4 regions foldable that they make. And the type of notes that we will be using are Cornell notes. And so I'm going to basically give an example of how my warm-up would be. So if I click on my 4 regions PowerPoint. So basically the physical and human characteristics of the 4 regions entail, or the other definitions follow in that. So I mainly want to describe the first 2 so they know what the difference is between a physical and a human characteristic. And so with the other definitions, I'm going to start with region. So I have the word, the definition, and I have the students say the word and read the definition out aloud. And then I have a picture. And this picture shows that the United States is split into 4 regions. And regions have areas that have a lot of commonality or common things between them. I have climate definition, and then I have examples of different types of climates. So this climate right here, I may ask the class what do they see in the picture, have them describe these things, talk with the people in their groups. So this would be a winter climate. This will be a climate that rains a lot, and this may be a climate that is hot or a desert. Different landforms, I have the word, definition, and I have examples of 3 types of landforms. And these pictures are not only just images, but hopefully they can connect the image with the definition, and we can discuss what they see in the pictures. And the last definition, I have vegetation, and here is an image of vegetation. And so after that, we would go to the Cornell notes. Our Cornell notes, they have the central question that we started out for the day that the students will need to learn the answer to. And I've broken down my notes by each region. We have the coastal plains, north central, Great Plains, and mountain basins. On each region, I'm answering the questions of the definitions that I defined earlier in the warm-up. And normally in the question section, we have them make up a question that they could answer using their notes. So I may ask them to make up 3 to 4 questions, write these down on the left section, discuss with your classmates, and then I would go around and have one student from each group share. At the end of the Cornell notes, we always have them fill out the summary, which is basically answering the essential question. So it's kind of assessing and seeing if they understood what went on that day. By me looking at the summaries, I can tell what I need to reteach and what the students got. There are 3 ways that I can have the students do the Cornell notes. One way is fill in the blank, where I will white out words or clear out words and have them follow along with the PowerPoint and fill in the words that are missing. Another way is I can have them copy the material down by themselves completely. And the third way is I can upload my PowerPoint to Edmodo and have the kids get the information off of Edmodo. And so the PowerPoint that I will use with these Cornell notes is right here. I'll just slide through it real quick. Basically, I will go through this PowerPoint and it talks about each of the regions that are in our Cornell notes. It discusses location, climate, cities, vegetation, animals, and just specific information that's pertinent and will help the students fill out their Cornell notes. So using this PowerPoint, they will complete their Cornell notes. The last part of my lesson plan would be making the 4-tab foldable. So right here as an example, I have the 4 tabs, each tab having one of the regions, and I cut out the shape of the region on each one. So you would open the tab up and it has your region, major cities, climate, landforms, and vegetation. So this is an activity that the students would do using their notes that they took, their Cornell notes, and this will be turned in for a grade at the end of class or for homework. And that concludes my lesson plan of breaking down my TEK. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.